Yo, we're back with this Fallout tutorial on how to make a badass melee guy. Level 20 now, mostly from Sunshine Co-op tidings, scrapping stuff and building stuff. Also went to Diamond City, and I just wanted to show off the super awesome Aquagirl perk here, which I also combined with now the 3rd rank of Lead Belly. That means we can drink irradiated water, we can eat irradiated food, and won't take any radiation from it, and on top of that we can swim. And this is pretty crazy. I didn't realize this before I actually considered taking this perk. The way you can travel around Boston with this, some other areas too, but especially around Boston, you don't need to slowly sneak your way around, wait till it's night. Everybody who's played a lower level, lower equipment sneak character knows what I mean. There's so many encounters you want to avoid until you have all your gear and your weapon. So you have some levels under the belt. And this is pretty funny. Here in the middle of the water there's, I don't know if it's a glowing one, I guess, looks like it. And it can't really aggro on us, and this is even true for people with guns. They can't seem to target you when you're swimming. So there is a second perk rank in Aquagirl you could take, which makes you undetectable if you're submerged underwater. But there's not even a point in taking that. This rank is totally enough. As you will see, I'll attempt to go to land here right now, and there's raiders there, so I can't safely go through the location I want to go to, because I get spotted. But I just jump back into the water and find another spot where I can safely go on the land, on the whatever you call it, on the dry land. And that's it, yeah. This is superior to sneaking. And it's broad daylight, so sneaking right now with only 3 perk points in it and with only 3 or 4 agility, can't remember right now if I have 3 or 4. I will up my agility for blitz, and of course for higher sneak attack damage. So I'm not gonna stay 3 or 4 agility. But I wanted to get some of these utility perks out of the way, the endurance ones, Aquagirl, Lead Belly, and some others. And as you can see, we are now at the Old Norse Church here, and getting here was always, the first times I played a sneak melee guy, was always quite a pain for me. But now it's super easy. And this is one of the most important quests you can do if you wanna play without power armor, because of the ballistic weave. And the main reason for this video, once again, show progress, but also show how to get the rebel. As you can see, I have McCaddy, I don't know if that's the way you pronounce it in English. I have a McCaddy right now, and it's alright. It's got high base damage, but it's very, very slow, and doesn't really have any utility on it. If you fight outside of bats, outside of sneak attacks, then it's almost useless. At least in this unperked stage. If we had any legendary perks on it, it would be different, of course. And yeah, now we're still here at Old Norse Church, but I skipped all the dialogue with Desdemona and Deacon. And before we head to Deacon's location to get the ballistic weave, we're gonna use the Aquagirl perk once again, going to West Everett Estates, which is, interestingly enough, very close to here. And there you saw I got hit, and that was because I wasn't in the water, but I stepped onto something and wasn't submerged in the water. So that's why somebody hit me with a gun. One of the raiders, most likely. Yeah, so some places are just very, very convenient to reach, and it's also a lot quicker to travel this way. And in survival mode, it's always very important not to spam Radix or Radaway, because you can get ill when you use it. So it's very, very smart to avoid any kind of radiation. And also, since you get hungry and thirsty, just this lead belly rank 3 to totally avoid any radiation from irradiated food. That's just so awesome. So now we have a problem here. We're at West Everett Estates, or almost there. We're at Poseidon Energy, but it's very close. But it's way too bright for doing what I want to do, because I don't want to fight the whole flipping estate of super mutants. I don't really want to spam my gun. I mean, you can easily take out everything there with the laser musket, and this is a melee guy, so I want to try to avoid it as far as possible. If I do the quest with Deacon, the railroad quest, I will have to use my laser musket a lot, but this is a tutorial on how to become powerful in melee, not necessarily. You don't start out as a badass destruction machine, you have to get there slowly. So now I rested, and by the way, I found this staggering laser musket on a rat roach or something, I can't remember, on some legendary enemy. So you wanna jump up here. There's 3 mutant towns here. I was a bit unlucky for some reason. Something hit this mutant town, and they were all pretty. As you can see, there's explosions going on over there, so they are all in an aggroed state. This didn't happen to me the first time I went here, so this made things a bit harder for me. Usually you only fight if you jump down here like this and you're in a hidden state and they're not running around like crazy. That one is even bugged out, as you can see. It's just sitting there, not doing anything. Yeah, here I'm trying to change my weapon, but I don't want to die, so I'm kind of doing stupid stuff. But yeah, if you get lucky, or if you don't get unlucky, jumping over the fence there, the way I did, this is the last enemy you have to fight here. And you can actually grab the Ripper through a window. But yeah, as it is in survival difficulty, you can't really quick save and reload, so you have to make do with whatever happens to you. So I decided to just record this, or just roll with what's gonna happen here. So 2 or 3 mutants are still gonna come around the corner, which isn't ideal. Not only do I have to fight them, but also the Ripper falls to the ground. Something already attacked the skirmisher, so That's very lucky for me on one hand, but on the other hand, if they weren't attacked by something before I came here, then these mutants wouldn't have even seen me. And wouldn't have even come around here. So yeah, even when you use Jet, the Macadie is just so slow. Even though Jet greatly helps you. And the Ripper is just the total opposite. You can't really get interrupted out of attacking with it as long as you kind of keep your distance when you left click, when you press your attack button. As soon as you hold left click, as soon as you hold your attack, you can just keep holding it. You don't need to repeatedly attack like you need with the Macadie. So now we finally got to the point I wanted to get without fighting the super mutants. And if you don't fight the super mutants, the Ripper will be on a table. And of course I assumed it's still there. So if you go to the second little thing here, little window or whatever, like I'm right now, that's how you can grab the Ripper through the window, if it's on the table. But it's on the floor, so I have to go around. But I fought the mutant that was patrolling the street here, so that's why it isn't a major deal. But usually you can't go in there if somebody's patrolling here. You could, I guess you could just rush in and rush out. Jump in the water, that's something you can do. But I found this approach, if you don't want to fight all those mutants that are in the whole camp, I find this approach the best. So yeah, right now it's at 10 base damage, but we can put the curved mod on it. The extended mod needs level 3 in blacksmith, so we can't do that yet. So this 12 base damage sounds like it's very low, but in watts you actually get off 7 attacks of a single watts. Attack. So as you saw there, it's a lot of damage. This was a legendary gunner. And yeah, in the next video we'll go with Deacon and get our ballistic weave rolling pretty soon. So see you then.